Boy, that was a slugfest. What are you saying, people? This is Chronos Boxing, and we're going to be talking about Wilder versus Chisora.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Boy, that was a slugfest. It was messy. Not the most appealing fight from a boxing, like, purist standpoint, but it was still entertaining nevertheless. And in my opinion, I think the right person won. It wasn't very easy to score, and I would say it was a bit difficult to score, mostly because there was just too much holding. There was just too much scrappiness in the fight, and it was looking really ugly. But for the most part, when you're looking round to round and who scored the more cleaner shots, and I think when they were more like in mid-range, who was winning mostly, I would say that was Wilder. You could have a little argument that I feel like Chisora was definitely scoring more jabs, and I could notice that when they were just when there was not a lot much being done in the round, Chisora was racking up some points here and there with a decent jab. But overall, I feel like a lot of like Wilder's right hands and little shots that he was throwing that you could literally hear the thudding noise, and then what he would do after that, and try and be as busy as possible before it became a whole scrap heap of just arms flying all over the place and grabbing. You could see that he was the one with the more eye-catching shots, to be honest. There was a couple good shots here and there and a couple good spurts from Chisora, but I think overall, if you were going to look at the whole fight as a whole, I would say that Wilder won more rounds, and deservedly so, got the fight. The scorecards were, just got them up here, were a bit weird. You had one person give it 115, 111 to Wilder, and then 115, 112 to Chisora, 115, 113 to Wilder. Now, I think that last scorecard is probably the most accurate, I would say. It was messy and very hard to really score the fight, so I wouldn't give it too many rounds ahead to Wilder. 115, 111 I think is a bit too much. And then also 115, 112 to Chisora, I feel like that was definitely like a home advantage type of judge scorecard. Which, I mean, fair enough, it was in the UK, and this is like his farewell tour. But yeah, I just I didn't get that one, but I think the 115, 113 makes more sense and is more representative of the fight more accurately. So yeah, with that, I haven't got too much complaints with the way the scorecard went. The right person, in my opinion, won. But yeah, some pointers I got to point out. I think I was more disappointed with the fight as a whole. But you can't really expect much. They are, in my opinion, way past their best. They're both on their 50th fight each, and they're both, I think, 40 or past 40. So they're definitely, getting up there in age, and Father Time is clearly showing to be victorious last night, because both of them looked, honestly, if I'm being blunt, speaking it raw and true, they looked awful, both of them. There was a couple of pointers where I'd say I was impressed with Chisora's toughness, because when I first thought about the fight, I didn't think Chisora would even get caught with a right hand, and that's why I thought he would win the fight prior to the fight being done. I thought he would have maybe came in really fast and caught like Wilder off guard, and then going in with his infighting and basically stopping Wilder. But surprisingly, that didn't happen, and he actually took those right hands very well from Wilder, and I was surprised that Wilder even got into had that space to be able to throw that right hand from his like preferred mid range. From his like preferred mid range spots, and yeah, he was picking some of those right hands. Like he was throwing them really well, and they Chisora tanked it. They hit him, and he didn't look too harmed in my opinion. He didn't look too hurt in any case, apart from the time that he dropped. But I was more on the thought of it being more of like a push. He didn't look like he got hit with a full brunt of a right hand. It was more like an arm shot and then a bit of a lean. And Chisora, he likes to lean on the ropes, and the ropes weren't helping him out at that time. You can see the ropes were a bit loose, and he just fell through the ropes. I don't think it was a genuine, like he was hurt and he got dropped. I think it was more he was just trying to lean on the ropes, being a bit lazy. It's not the first time Wilder Chisora's done it. He's done it before in other fights. So there's no surprise there. But yeah, I just think the ropes weren't there to hold him that time, and he just fell through. But yeah, he apart from that, yeah, I think he took shots well, which impressed me, and I was pretty surprised with Wilder as well, being able to last the whole fight. He didn't look too gassed, but they were both like slow, and everything was just, I don't know. They looked like old men, but he didn't look too gassed out at any point. And there was little spurts here and there where he was a bit quicker and showing a bit more of that old Wilder, and it looked like he had a bit more aggression. Apart from the fact that before I think he dropped him, he kind of went, "I'm sorry," spoken to Chisora mid-fight, and was like, "I'm sorry, and I love you." Bizarre. But yeah, apart from that, he did look a bit more like his old self with the aggression and really trying to like KO Chisora if he could, which he couldn't. But apart from that, yeah, he surprised me. That he looked to have that same aggression that he used to have. And yeah, if we're talking about boxing in itself, I don't think we got any actual boxing in there. It was more just a scrap. And if we're looking at both of their futures, I'll be saying, Chisora, thank you so much for everything you've done. And yeah, I'd say this is time to bow down and bow out of the boxing scene right now, with your health intact, hopefully, that there's no like lasting damage from this fight, and that you get to go back to your family in one piece and richer. You are prize fighters at the end of the day, and yeah, you want to be coming out with your health intact and with your pockets stacked. However, with Wilder, I'm not sure what he's thinking. I would say to bow out as well, and leave on a high, leave with a win, a noticeable win. Chisora is a noticeable, is a very how do I say, like a very respectable opponent to have on your record. So yeah, I would say to bow down, but I'm not sure. I think he might have plans to maybe go for another Tyson Fury fight, fourth time lucky. Or maybe even the AJ fight, which I just think is too late in my opinion. But you never know. AJ's looking to come back, and if he doesn't get that Tyson Fury fight soon enough, maybe he could fight Wilder first and then get to Fury after. But yeah, if you ask me, I would say no. Just both of them should retire now. And yeah, they gave us a great night last night, and that's it. We don't need to see any more, really, and they don't need to take more damage. But yeah, that's it for today. That was my review. Like and subscribe if you thought this video was nice, and give me your comments down below to see I would like to know what you thought about that fight. Give me your personal opinions. Did you think the right man won? Did you see it differently from me? And yeah, let me know what you think. And I'll see you in the next video. That's me out. Peace.